Hello everyone, I am Krishna Sain Bryce, a student of the University of the West Indies Open Campus. This oral presentation is in partial fulfillment of the course MGMT6019 Critical Analytical and Communication Skills for Managers. My argumentative topic will be focused on organizational conflict. The purpose of this discussion seeks to argue the positive impacts of organizational conflicts within the workplace. Vanessa Rose states, and I quote, conflict situations are inevitable in one's personal life, in organizations, or even between nations. With that being said, I can firmly state that indeed, organizational conflict is inevitable. No organization, business, place, or enterprise is free from conflicts. Robbins et al. Defines conflict as a process in which one party consciously interferes with the goals and achievement efforts of another party. This interference can occur within an employee, between two employees, or between departments of the institution. Conflict is often perceived as negative by the average human being. However, organizational conflicts can have a positive impact on the work environment. Various types of conflicts can be managed effectively to serve as a catalyst within the organization rather than a hindrance. The concept of positive conflict in the workplace doesn't indicate that conflict is good, but rather that advantages may be obtained from disagreements between staff. When workplace tension and conflicts are properly handled, disgruntled colleagues and the organizations will emerge stronger. Here are a few positive impacts of organizational conflicts within the workplace. 1. It builds stronger bonds. Workplace disputes don't have to be the end of a healthy relationship. While it can seem detrimental at first, conflicts can potentially reinforce interpersonal bonds. Parties within a dispute can begin to lower their defenses and emphasize with one another if the situation is handled correctly. In proper conflict resolution management, employees can be supported in working together towards a solution and may help them discover they have more in common than they thought. It sparks innovation. Conflict isn't necessarily the preferred route to inspire innovation. However, it can act as a stimulus to a team who have been searching for innovative ideas. Conflict can put us to think outside of the regular thought boundaries and try on new perspectives. This alone has the power to awaken new possibilities and concepts that would otherwise be dormant. It inspires internal growth. Conflict can assist management or the team in introducing new improvements that would otherwise go unnoticed if there had not been a conflict. Disputes inherently changes the status quo. So if you can decode the secret message in the latest dispute, you may be able to learn something valuable about how to optimize your workplace culture. My opponents may argue from the traditional view of conflict that conflict must be avoided. They also state that conflict is negative and is associated with violence and destruction. Poor communication and a lack of confidence among staff may contribute to workplace conflicts. According to Robbins et al., all conflicts should be avoided. Thus, there is need to pay attention to causes of conflicts and ways to correct them in order to improve organizational performance. Most conflicts have negative connotations, involves negative feelings, and often leads to destruction in the workplace. Whether the effect of the conflict is good or bad, depending on the strategies used to deal with them, these conflicts may spiral out of control and causes friction and destruction within the workplace, according to Ryan. Though individuals such as Robbins may state that conflict is destructive and harmful and should be dealt with immediately, I can firmly state that conflicts can only lead to negative consequences if allowed to fester and not dealt with by management immediately. If those conflict situations are not allowed to fester, organizational conflicts can be more helpful than harmful within the work environment. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I trust that the information provided was useful.